Welcome back to the college football week 5 betting, locks, and predictions. And let's start out with a recap of last week. We suffered a 1-unit loss just because USC couldn't pull out the cover late. Buffalo crushed Eastern Michigan, and Minnesota crushed Michigan State for our other losses, so those were not even near it. But we really saw the board well. I had a couple locks that I was hesitant to take, Wake Forest and Washington State being those two. Those both hit, so I'm seeing the board well, and I'm confident we can rebound this week. Our other win was Texas A&M, a little bit of a fluky win for them, but we knew that they would prevail in that one. Moving on to the week 5 locks, we're starting with a home underdog in Big 12 action, TCU, and this one is a little sketchy just because Oklahoma is already coming off the loss, but I think that really exposes Oklahoma. This is going to be a tough environment to play in at TCU, coming off a great win over SMU where they really controlled the pace of that game. Oklahoma faced their first real test in Kansas State last week, but I think TCU will be prepared. Again, I don't have TCU winning this game, but this game always seems to be close with TCU in conference playing at home against superior teams. They always keep it close. Then Iowa State plays at Kansas, and we are going to take Kansas plus 4 points here. I think this line is going to stretch out more to maybe 5, 6, or 7, probably 6 though. It will stay at, depending on what the public favors. Iowa State is a good team, but Kansas is good too, and I think this stadium is going to be near sold out for a 4-0 team, so I think they should have some good home field advantage there. This is a pretty unprecedented season for Kansas as far as the past decade goes, so I'd love for them to keep it up, but if they happen to lose by a field goal, that works for us as well. Then Oklahoma State at Baylor. We're taking Baylor's money line. They were a slight dog to start out. They may have moved back to even, so we take their money line. Oklahoma State is just not a great team, and even though they were idle last week, so they will be fresh, I think this bye week might come to hurt them down the stretch of the season. Baylor's already had a test in BYU. They did not prevail in that one, and the offense was anemic, but they did prevail at Iowa State in a super trap game in that one. And I think that Baylor is just better than this Oklahoma State team because Oklahoma State's win is really over an Arizona State team, and that was a close-ish game for most of it. And now we know how bad Arizona State truly is. I don't think this Oklahoma State team is very good. They haven't really shown it against anyone, and I think Baylor could expose them at home here. Next, we move to Arkansas against Alabama. This is a home game for Arkansas, and taking the wide spreads against Alabama on the road against a ranked team has already worked in this season for Texas. And then we add in the fact that Arkansas is coming off the bounce back effect against Texas A&M. These fans will be all over the place. This is one of the bigger games that Arkansas has seen hosted there in a while. Arkansas still has a path if they can win this game. Of course, that was a brutal loss against Texas A&M, but I think the fans will be there and they'll be loud and they'll be ready for the team to respond this week. All we need, though, is Arkansas to even keep it remotely close, but I think they honestly have a shot at winning. Next, we've got some Pac-12 action, Cal at Wazoo, and don't underestimate this Cal team. They played Notre Dame very good and almost won that game if it weren't for a couple fluky calls, but I think that Washington State is even better than Vegas thinks here. They covered last week at home against Oregon, almost won that one outright, so I think that they will cruise in this one. Cal has a bit of a trek ahead of them. They did win their last game against Arizona, a decent Arizona team, better than in past years, but I think I'm still going to have to go with a Washington State team at -4 that already got the gritty win at Wisconsin. So this is a good Washington State team with Cameron Ward at the quarterback position. So I'm taking them -4 at home. Then we've got another home dog in Iowa against Michigan. Michigan did not impress me last week, and Iowa's starting to get it going in Big Ten play here. I think that this is an unfair spread. I think that Michigan's a little overrated, as they should be. There was a lot of hype going into the season, and Iowa hasn't exactly been great on offense this year, but their defense has been pretty good, so we'll have to see what happens in this one, but I'm taking Iowa plus the 10. I really think that they have a good chance at winning this one. Their home environment is always rocking, and they're coming off that win at Rutgers, so returning home, the fans will embrace them, and I think they have a good chance to win this game here. Then Washington at UCLA. UCLA had a sticky one with South Alabama a couple weeks ago, but this is a Friday night game. I think that the Rose Bowl will be packed for this one. They've got a ranked team coming on the road, and Washington is due for a trap game here. These Pac-12 games just always turn out to be closer than you think, and we're taking UCLA money line for a little bit of value here. I think that money line is a good play. DTR and this UCLA offense should get going against Washington here. Penix Jr. is very good, but I don't think that they will travel well in this one, as they have yet to be tested on the road. Thank you for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe to the channel and comment your predictions below.